Friends, family, and other creatures of the sea, welcome back to the two best players in the world in this respective matchup. Hero in the top left as our blue Protoss player, and Cure in the bottom right as the red Terran. Indeed, Cure, the best TvP player of the moment, and that is, as the kids these days would say it, no cap. Completely true, Illegalok agrees with it as well, and personally, I look at Cure play and I think to myself, yes, this guy is indeed the best. Ooh. Hero playing a variation of something that we've seen before. We've seen these single gate proxies across the map, but often with the second pylon. So this is a significant variation, a little bit of diversity here coming out of Hero. So usually what you would do with this particular one gate build is your first pylon would be built at home, your second pylon would be built over here, and then the gateway attached to it. This allows you still to get a fast expansion at home while also having pressure on your opponent with some zealots. Now, Hero kind of goes middle of the road here. It's a proxy in the middle of the map. He'll still open up with a zealot, but he also opened up with two gases. And now, this wasn't part of that proxy one gate that I'm referring to. Usually, you'd stay single gas and get a really quick nexus with it. That kind of was the power of the build. Cure is just expanding and is going for the standard Cure scout timing, which means after Barracks sends out his SCV across the map. For the love of God, I hope that this doesn't see that. Yeah, okay. Hero has done a good job hiding it, of course, as he should. If he would have messed that up, there would have been some insanely poor preparation. Reaper is coming out right now, but Cure scouts the lack of a command center of a nexus and will keep his Reaper at home. Starts scouting around his main base and says, hey, what's kicking off, buddy? We'll find a zealot. That's a good start. That's a very good start, even. He's going to take it out before it can really deal any damage whatsoever. Stargate is being added on at home, as this zealot has achieved, well, absolutely nothing so far, which is fairly sad for this zealot. Lots of SCVs are being pulled off the line, as this command center still needs to finish up. Bunker is fairly late as well over here. Now the Adept is going to cause some trouble. Second Marine is out, and there is a Reaper here as well. I think this should be good enough. I do believe that Cure is in a position where he can hold this, where his bunker will go up, where hopefully he won't lose too many units, will lose one Marine, but kills the Adept. And I think that might just be worth it for him. Next Adept is also on the way, but will not be making its way across the map. I think that is the only correct call. Hero's going back home and will be playing this game from a major deficit. Down one worker 3 minutes into the game is exactly what you don't want. On top of that, his Nexus is also slower than his opponent's command center, which is also rather uncommon in this matchup. Now, of course, he's going to have some counterplay here with an Oracle, but Cure is already somewhat prepared for it as he starts a Cyclone. Sadly, that is going to be blocked here by this depot. That means that from this point on out, we need 32 more seconds of Cyclone time. And perhaps this Oracle can achieve something after all because of that. 4 Marines here popping out. 1, 2, 3, and that's number 1. I think one more should go down, but Cure will be capable of microing them into the bunker. 1 more worker kill. Oh, maybe 2 more worker kills. Maybe 3 more worker kills. Maybe... Oh my god! This probe has been damaging single SCVs. Look at that! I was like, how are all of these SCVs being 2-shot? But there was a... Look, this one also can still be 2-shot. So there's like 3 workers that can still be 2-shot. Cure did not repair them. Wait, there's one over here as well. There's like damaged SCVs everywhere. Sometimes you don't see the damage, but you do when the Oracle attacks you. As 8 workers have gone down. Wow, been taken out here. That is actually kind of insane. It felt like they should have had very little potential. Now Cure is still fairly unaware as to what is happening. I bet he guessed that there is indeed a 3rd base. And now he needs to guess the tag, or he'll just need to scout it here with this Reaper. Are the Adepts in position? There's 1 Adept in the main base, so definitely could consider that in position. Ooh. We'll still take out 1 worker though. No scout on the Twilight Council yet, but once he sees double Stalkers being warped in, I think he'll have enough information to make an educated call. This has been a very bad start for Cure though. I really do believe so. Losing that many workers, delaying your own... your extra barracks for so long, this is not good. This is really, really not good. Simultaneously, these Oracles are still going in, taking out a bunch of Marines here. We'll lose all 3 Oracles. I'm not sure if that's worth killing these extra Marines. He might have killed 1 worker as well. I didn't quite catch that. I was looking at the Reaper dying because, well, more important things were going on. So yeah, second barracks is on the way. Raven is popping out as well. Hero is transitioning into Blink, which means that tanks are necessary, but tanks are also the unit that is not necessarily great the moment charge comes out. Tanks have a very limited time span in which they're useful, and they're mainly useful against heavier Stalker armies, and they're not so great against charge-vault Archon compositions. Sometimes with pure Marine tank, if you have like 130, 140 supply, it can feel good still, as long as there's no splash out. But the moment splash comes out and there's a lot of charge lots, life is just going to suck majority of the time. We'll see how Cure is going to try and make this game work. I've seen him come back out of some dire positions. The nice thing, I guess, about putting this gateway in the middle of the map is that, well, it's still kind of close to your house and you can pretty much just defend it. It's a bit of an expensive spotter pylon, but it's also a reinforcement spot, so it's really not the end of the world. Fort here on the way, 49 workers to 44. Supply is scarily equal, but infrastructure hasn't been added yet for Hero, which actually does scare me as a Protoss. I'm looking at this and thinking, ooh, you might want to fix that, buddy, because it's going to be attacking time soon, and you don't feel very ready yet. Now, this is still going to be in time pre-stim, right? Yeah, it's going to be pretty close. Might get one warp in from these 3 gateways. It's not a whole lot. On top of that, it's now cutting units on the other 2 gateways. The other 3 gateways. Because we still have one over here. I was like, where did that first gateway go again? Right. Proxy. Classic Hero moves. Some nice adept patrolling going on over here. Making sure that he can't be surprised by any weird drops. But perhaps he can be surprised by this Viking. As this Viking is going to be, well, just barely out of vision. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. Stalker here, very important job. Not only tracking this army, but also potentially taking out 1 or 2 Marauders or maybe a Marine. So far not hugely successful when it comes to that. Maybe now, no. Concussive's not done yet, which is nice. Get 1 Marauder. Loses a Stalker though. An even trade. Maybe we can take out 1 more Marine. Has forced out some stims, but that's not necessarily a great thing to force out. It's something there. I mean, Medivacks have enough energy for now, so it's not the end of the world, so I'm trying to say. Viking has landed in the naturals. These bottom side adepts have not done a good job. The Zealot run-by is being set up, as Hero decided that defending at home is for losers. The best defense is a good offense, but I'm not sure if this offense is actually good enough. Seems to be fine for now. Oh, big blink forward here. 1 tank is going to get sniped. Real nice play there out of Hero. Does send the super battery, which might be an error here. So he walks forward with a Colossi into that mine, or at least I thought that was the plan. Once again, is going to blink onto the high ground to try and target down that tank. Will get it. And simultaneously, this Zealot run-by is coming back home. What a disjointed little defense here coming out of Hero. Pylon gets sniped. Cannon not active anymore. We do have a lot of Zealots connecting right now with this Bioforce. Big blink forward, 103 supply against, well, basically 103. The Dorito dust is still on some of those Stalkers, which means -2 armor, but Hero manages to make a hold. Sets up a very solid hold even, and immediately, look at that, immediately realizes that a transition is going to be necessary. Throws down the robotics facility. I'd love to see even a 6th gas and a 4th base, I think, here are absolutely in order. It is so scary as a Protoss player to stay on that 3 gas type of setup, or to just stay on a 6 gas setup on 3 bases. Like, it's so easy to get kind of out-ecoed by a Terran player if you're not in a good spot. Now, there is a Stargate here, of course, from earlier, and that's nice because you can build a Phoenix with that. And what can the Phoenix do? It can attack the Medevac and kill the 2 mines, which is really the only aggressive unit that Cure currently has out on the map. This is not looking great. Now, Command Center is moving over towards the 3rd. Will morph into an orbital command. So we have the Ghost Academy coming out. And I still believe we're looking at a scary timing the moment Ghost hit the field. This is always going to be the case, but more so because, let's face it, there's no real powerhouse units in this composition right now. 2nd Robo as well as Robo Bay are on the way, but Colossi should not be capable of coming out here. not in time. I'm thinking maybe a disruptor to deal with the mines would perhaps be a good first unit. I actually don't mind that in some situations. Disruptors, of course, do have the disadvantage that they only have a one-shot go policy. So again, within a fight, they usually only shoot once, and then, well, they're ready to go to heaven most of the time if the fight continues on. And I think Cure might be willing to push on pretty hard here with his 3 goes. Now, something that Hero could do here is to set up a massive Zealot run by. And the moment he sees a move out, is to send in 10, 9, 11, 12 Zealots. Maybe 6 into the natural, 6 into the third. And this isn't necessarily to deal damage, but this is mainly... Oh, nice movement. This is mainly to keep the opponent at home and to buy time. I think sending in Zealot run-bys while your opponent isn't fully on the map might be a mistake, but I still appreciate him trying. If these Colossi pop out, however, the ghost timing will not succeed. I actually think that Cure has been kind of lacking in that timing sense. Could have definitely made an attack here on the 4th base pre-Colossi. He misses that timing. So we'll be heading into a longer game here. Cure is aware of that. Doesn't have a 4th base yet, but I did just see him finish up a factory, an armory, and a 2nd E-base. So he seems to be willing to transition, but too afraid to really move out. I wonder why that was. It did not feel like he had a weak army once those ghosts popped out. Upgrades were equal. Ghosts were there. He had a mine count up to like 6 or 7. Still has 6 right now, despite losing a bunch in the middle of the map. I don't actually think Hero could have easily defended his 4th base near this ramp area. Why did Cure not go? I don't actually know. I actually have no clue why he didn't go. But oh well. Uh-oh! Hero caught completely off guard. Will lose 7-8 Stalkers for free. I don't think Cure's done with this though. We'll need to force a recall out of Hero. Cure, man. What an absolute god here. Knows that these have been recalled, obviously. We'll be moving back. Some sick plays there, but sloppy play out of Hero. Now Cure is setting up with this pretty much his default mode, in which he has 2 massive groups of units. And he pretends like he's looking at both of them at the same time. And one thing that he does very well is how many ghosts he has in each army. Which means that if you don't have a solid Colossi spread, your gateway units are just going to get completely busted. Like they're so bad against ghosts. Zealots, Stalkers, Archons, Sentries, you name it, Ghost destroy it. And so this is a massive Zealot run by here at home of Cure. Cure will be sending 1 portion of his army back home. That is necessary. 2nd portion of the army still on the map though. We might be initiating a little bit of a base trade here as Hero feels like this is his opportunity to shine, but it is never your opportunity to shine against someone like Cure because he always has that secondary army on the map. That's his real power. That is his superpower. It's not something lame like flying. No. A 2nd army on the map. That is what Cure is all about. Snipes the robo base, snipes the 2nd robo. I think this army wants to not trade here. I think this army wants to just give up this base and say, hey, I'm going across the map as well here. No? Oh, some nice observing there. My apologies. This base will fall. 16 workers go down on Terran side, 18 go down on the Protoss side, but Protoss is still ahead. Did not manage to kill that base though. Here, production most likely gonna get taken out. No, it's going to be a Nexus snipe. 2nd army indeed is moving across the map. 2-2 finishes up right now for Cure. Disruptors very close by are going to get sniped one by one. They get popped like balloons out of the sky. The main base is being completely wrecked as well. This was not a great fight after the Disruptor snipes, but the Disruptor snipes, you know, gotta give it to Cure. We're pretty darn nice. Question now is, was it enough? Cure still has his main base intact. These Colossi, what are they doing? Hero blinks forward into this? Has he been hit on the head recently? What was that? What an absolutely awful engagement from the best Protoss player in the world. Oh no. I think Cure might be doing it somehow, some way. Has taken out so many workers here. There's still a pocket of probes here hiding on the very top side. Cure did not quite spot that. And now this base is being attacked. Oh my god. Dropping ghosts on top of Disruptors and Colossi. Super Battery is not active here. Recall gets utilized, but I think Cure might have legitimately just won the game. Look at the reinforcements streaming in. Cure once again setting up this 3rd base as well. Has a couple of mules ready, but it's not even gonna matter. What an insane game. What an absolutely insane game. This army is pretty low, though. They're still on Archon. Perhaps with some good splash, it is possible. Not a single EMP is available. No, there's so many Marines, so many Marauders. I think Cure actually has done it. Cure definitely has done it. There is nothing left here for a hero. He has 15 army supply against 40. He's being outmined right now as this third base is once again set up. He's working off a single nexus and these 4 gateways, and that's it. This is it for a hero. He has nothing left. And Cure, rather than pushing on, says, hey, actually, maybe I want to heal a little bit. Do I want to wait for some ghost? Is that a plan that we can all agree on? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe you just want to fight. I wouldn't mind if it just heals up for a bit. His army is still fairly low. These medevacts are very empty. Like, I don't think it's necessary right now to continue pushing. I think waiting for Ghost is going to give your army a bigger boost than anything else that the Protoss can get out. Like, even if TOS gets a single Colossi, it's like, well, so what? Doesn't really matter. Oh, here we go. Big stims coming in. Viking does get taken out. Look how damaged this army is. It's so bruised. Ghosts really are going to be the savior here as... Here, didn't even want to use a stimmer. This is a wild move. He does get the snipe. Needs to be careful that he doesn't end up losing all of these medevacts, though. Hero potentially making a comeback. Nah, Ghosts are out right now, and that's going to be the game ender, I'm afraid, for Hero. What a weird defense there in the main base with the blink forward, losing the Colossus for free. Colossi for free. Cure wins the game. Insanely fun game. Glad that I got to watch this. And I hope you all enjoyed it too. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thanks so much for watching, and bye-bye.